Okay, if we continue in this exercise, this next sentence, it says, Bradley Cooper is Gap excellent actor. So something important in particular is that with this we have some exceptions or some things we need to consider. And what I'm talking about is that, for example, when we talk about professions and or occupation, we need to use or an or a depending on the word we're selecting here. For example, in this case, remember that this starts with the vowel, so we need to add an, right? We cannot use a because in that case it's going to sound a little weird or a little different to the sound or the correct pronunciation of native speakers and yeah, mostly English language speakers. So, an excellent actor. If we continue, it says, make sure you finish your homework in this case. Notice that now we're going to focalize on the word. If it is singular and plural, if you remember the explanation, if we have a singular wording here, we need to use, in this case, or one of these two. So in this case, we're going to use an hour or hour. Pause the video so that you can select the right answer. You're going to select an hour. Why an hour? Because here the H is silent. So the following letter, in this case, is a vowel. So we select this one. All right. If we continue, we have Gap, ferocious lion is eating a big chunk of meat. So what is the correct answer here? Okay, another sentence. It says we watched Gap horror movie yesterday night. So what is the correct answer? In this case, we have something similar, but notice that about the non-specific and the specific I was just telling you about. So notice that if we say the horror movie yesterday night, we need to know about it. We need to clarify that it is specific, that both know what we are talking about to use the. Otherwise, it's going to be a little complicated for the other person to understand what it is. So in this case, if nobody knows, if it is non-specific, if nobody knows about the movie we're talking about, we're going to select the word non-specific. In this case, it's going to be a horror movie. Why? Because if we use the horror movie, it means that we were watching the movie together, right? Another one is my brother works as. I was telling you, always for professions and occupations in English, we need to use a or an, okay? As an accountant, because notice that it says here we have a vowel. Correct? Next one, Gap National Park in Aconcagua, is famous for its mountains and fauna. All right, so here, very important, when you have, in this case, this is specific because notice that it's a name, you know, we're saying the name. When we're saying the name, it's specific, it's specific for everybody, like the park, or you're saying it like the name or the university, and you're emphasizing with the proper noun, with the name and the capital letter. So the national park, it cannot be a national park or something different, because it would be any park, but in this case they are emphasizing that it's a national park. So the, okay. So well, this is going to be the last exercise, but if you want to finish it yourself, you can come to this exercise. You just type word wall and write it there, and all these options, and you come to this yeah, you will come to this page and you finish it. All right, but for the moment we're going to finish this exercise, just this last one. One moment. Sorry. Okay. Jen is Gab's most hardworking girl I have ever known. In this case, since we're seeing it's specific, we're talking about her, and also we state her name, so the most hardworking girl. Okay, it cannot be a hardworking lady, because actually we're seeing her name in here. All right, so well, that's it for this. Okay, that's it. I hope you have learned something. And don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. And also, if you're interested in learning different languages, make sure, especially in this case, English, make sure you watch the latest video where I teach you how to pronounce the verbs ending in ed. All right, so see you next time.